So I'm not making this video to bash a moving company, college hunks, but I am making it to give you tips that are going to save you time and money when you move. Okay? You have to budget for your time and money. I grossly underestimated. My fault. Not really my fault. I kind of expected that my adult son would do a lot of the heavy lifting and that I could just get the moving company to move pianos and washers and dryers and things like that. But he opted to pay the difference um, and have them move as much as possible because, in his defense, he did stage most of the moving. So my advice is to speak to someone who has done a similar move in the recent past and ask them how it went and ask them how much time it took and budget according to that. Don't assume you're going to do a better job. It takes a long time. Purge, 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 purge. I got a dumpster when I started the moving process. When I listed the house, I got a dumpster along with 2 pods for move out day. Um, I could have used a third dumpster, one for cleanup day. What I should have done was starting to give away things as soon as I listed the house, months earlier, going to Goodwill, um, calling family and friends through just to get things out of the house that, maybe I still like them, but maybe I wasn't using them. Maybe they weren't going to fit the decor of my new home, which they do not. So think of these things. You have to do all of your packing and all of your wrapping before the moving company gets there. If not, they're going to do it themselves and it's going to take forever. Okay? Um, moving blankets cost about $80, $90 a dozen. Um, moving blankets through the moving company cost $7 each, and they're not as good blankets. On top of that, they will wrap everything. I joked that they were in the kitchen wrapping eggs individually. Like, for real, they wrap everything. So go ahead and wrap all your picture frames, all your glass, all your mirrors, wrap anything large and breakable in a moving blanket, wrap and pack anything small and breakable in your towels. When you're done moving, you wash them and you still have your towels, right? Um, and then watch them because they will take your previously wrapped item and rewrap it with their blanket. So they'll put their blanket on top of your blanket. The goal is to have them use 0 moving blankets because you could charge $7 a blanket at least, and then you have to sell them back the blankets afterwards. Um, and so, yeah, and then so that means they're unwrapping this and they're eating up all your time again. So, in your own time, wrap everything. Get one of those big saran wrap things that you use for moving and wrap everything. Wrap the dressers with no items in it, maybe just like pillows and things, but don't make it heavy. Wrap everything yourself. Don't give them a reason to start wrapping because that's going to double your moving time. Finally, whether you're loading a pod or a U-Haul type vehicle or they're loading a moving truck, you have to make sure your items are packed tightly. If your items are packed loosely, things are going to get broken in transit. Um, my previous move 5 years ago, I got all the same items into two 12-foot pods and I think one 8-foot pod. This time, we had a 16-foot pod and a 12-foot pod, and we still had to get 2 moving trucks. Like, and I promise you, it was the same stuff. It was how it was packed and how it was loaded. Um, you need to Jenga that furniture. You need to Jenga those boxes. It needs to fit tightly because if it doesn't, your items are going to jostle and you're going to have broken items, wrapped or not. Okay, so the review of the moving company that helped load my pods is on Yelp, username Andrea H. Enjoy.